Over the past 20 years, there's been increasing recognition in both the corporate community and the investment community about the importance of sustainability. Sustainability is one of those words that means different things to different people. My definition is that a company has a sustainable strategy if it can create value for shareholders over the long term, contribute to a sustainable society. On the flip side, a sustainable investment strategy for an investor would be one that creates value over a long period of time, recognizes companies that pose high sustainability risks, rewards those companies that are performing well in those dimensions. Sustainability is often equated with so-called environmental, social, and governance factors. ESG, I think, is a common term. I think it's a term here to stay both in the corporate community and the investment community. Those ESG factors that matter, the things that are material, will clearly vary by sector. Today we live in an information-rich world where people that are active in the capital markets are able to get access to a vast quantity of information. Financial information is readily available, stock price information is readily available, news stories are readily available. There's more non-traditional media out there, social media, there's blogs that people are posting on, there's experts that are offering their commentary, there's information coming out on YouTube, so it can be numbers, it can be articles, it can be videos that people are producing. And in that vast array of information out there is a tremendous amount of information that's useful from an environmental, social, and governance point of view that gets to the issues of sustainability. The big challenge with that information is that it's in many different formats. It's for the most part highly unstructured. Its quality is uneven. We don't understand the relationships between the non-financial information and the financial information, or between the different types of non-financial information. On top of that problem of knowing what the quality is and understanding the relationships is a problem of access. How do we get access to that information? And then when we have access to that information, we verify the quality. How do we pull it together in a way that's going to provide meaningful signals, meaningful indicators of how a company is going to perform in financial terms and other financial terms over different time frames? Next week, next month, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years. What we're doing at TruValue Labs is we've developed a very sophisticated methodology that essentially scoops in all the potentially relevant non-financial information that's out there in the world on a broad universe of companies. We sift through that information, we take that information that is of quality, we consolidate it in a very rigorous process in a set of frameworks and analytical tools to be able to provide both companies information on their own sustainability or ESG performance, both as reported by them and as being perceived by the world, by NGOs, by the press, by their own employees, by their customers. All of that information is relevant. We pull this information together in a way that will enable investors to have ready access. We say real time. Sometimes real time is important. What's really important is that when the investor wants to know, for whatever sets of reasons, wants to be able to make that assessment, it will be immediately available and it will be there. And because it's immediately available, and because the quality is high, and because we've structured this in a rigorous way, it's going to make possible something that has been very difficult to do, but very important to do, and people recognize the importance of this, is to be able to relate non-financial performance, the ESG performance, the sustainability performance of a company to its financial performance. TruValue Labs is working closely with organizations all over the world that are establishing frameworks and standards to produce this information. We are working to identify all meaningful sources. We gather this information on a real-time basis. We consolidate it in a rigorous way. We make this information possible. It's not our job to explain what the relevance is of this information. We show relationships between various types of sustainability performance and financial performance, but what we do and what investors are looking for is to give them the data that they need to make their own decisions, to incorporate sustainability information in their own models, to extend their financial models to really being broader business models. I think what we'll see in the future as this information becomes more available, it will be better understood. And as it's better understood, we will make better decisions. And better decision making by both companies and by investors will lead to better resource allocation for certainly producing returns to shareholders, but also contributing to the development of a sustainable society.